Hey guys, come on in, come on in. I just want to stop by for just a few minutes. I just finished with a podcast conversation with Jadia on Girl Get This talk show, and I wanted to come in and talk to you about something that's on my heart that I wanted to share with you. We were having a discussion and we talked about, being able to see yourself through healed eyes instead of the eyes of your pain. That has so much impact on us in so many different ways. And I just wanted to, just come in and share a few things with you. So if you feel like this can be helpful to someone else, please share it out. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. Um, I just believe that the more intentional we are about doing the work that's necessary to heal the parts of us that tells us that we are invisible, that we're not enough, that no one is going to choose you unless you do X, Y, and Z. As when we do that, when we are willing to do that, then we can see ourselves differently. Now, why is it so important that we see ourselves? Is because, especially if you are someone who has dealt with abandonment or rejection or any type of abuse, you want to be seen and you need to be seen. But the experiences in your life tell you that the only way you'll be seen is if you continue to have the same type of abuse that you've already endured. So we live this life and we walk around in this life, living life through the trauma that we won't deal with. And so when we see the world, when we see relationships, when we see us, when we see our value, we see ourselves through the lens of abandonment, abuse, rejection, and so much more. And so I wanted to just encourage you to be willing to see yourself through eyes, through a vision that tells you who you really are. Because I know from my journey, when God began to heal me and to hear the scripture created in his image, that was hard for me because when I thought about looking into an image, all I saw is what happened to me, the residue of it and how it's showing up in my life. And those things cause us to feel less than, right? But I think many times we are afraid of dealing with the things that would change our vision because going through healing hurts. That's just the truth about it. And for anyone who may be feeling that you are exhausted because you are trying to outrun the things that you've dealt with instead of turning around and facing them, I want you to know that I've been there. And I want you to know that you can stop running now. You don't have to run anymore because I feel that as long as we refuse to allow our hearts to be healed, we're running a race that we can't win, and you do become exhausted. Life becomes exhausting. And don't you want to live a life that's a little more peaceful? Don't you want to be able to see yourself a little differently? Don't you want to see that you have some great things about yourself that the world needs? That's why it's so important to be intentional about allowing your heart to heal, because that's what's going to change your vision. It's going to change your vision of yourself. It'll change the way you see the people you allow in your life. It'll change how you see what you're capable of. Your vision is more than just your vision and the glasses that you can't see my eyes through. I'm talking about your internal vision. I'm talking about the vision that creates an image of you that tells you who you are. Because who you are is not just somebody who's experienced some type of pain. Who you are is so much more, but you have to begin to see that. You have to begin to see that forgiveness is for you, that regardless of who hurt you or what you went through, that you not only should forgive those people, but forgive yourself. You should also believe that your life is not just meant to be somebody who's gone through something, but it can also be someone who is evolving and living out her dreams and trying new things and believing in herself in a deeper way. because you deserve that. But you have to first accept that you deserve that and do the work that needs to be done. See, none of us want to work. When you say work, it sounds like something hard. Who wants to work all the time and, trying to deal with these things? We just want to go and we want to self medicate with different things, different people, in order to not deal with the thing that's making us feel the way we feel when we feel bad. So I want to ask you this. How much longer do you want to do that? How much longer do you want to be exhausted because you're trying to outrun the stuff you've been through because you're too afraid to actually be able to deal with it? Don't you want to see yourself correctly? I remember for most of my life, I have felt invisible, that I wasn't seen because I wasn't chosen. I was looking for someone to say that I was better. I didn't deserve to be abandoned. I didn't deserve to be treated bad. I didn't deserve this. Why won't you choose me? And because I was looking for people to do that, I felt invisible. I felt invisible when I was in a room full of people. I felt invisible when I was in a conversation. And the truth is, I hadn't learned to see myself. I was still living through the pain. This is not a happy subject, but I hope it's a powerful subject to you. I hope that you are really listening. And I'm hoping that this message comes at a time when you've been asking yourself, God, when? God, how? How much longer? Well, the time is now. You get the opportunity today to choose what you want to do, what you want to believe about yourself. Let me tell you something. This is not easy and it's daily. Before I got ready for my interview tonight, I looked in the mirror, I put on my clothes, and I looked and I had gained weight. And I heard myself say, I look like a Teletubby. But I quickly came back and say, I am beautiful. And I'm about to have this conversation in a powerful, authentic way. And that's just what I did. You see, the thoughts are going to keep coming as you begin to reinvent how you see yourself, how you think about yourself. Every day there'll be a new temptation to say, well, look, you've gained weight. Look, you're getting old. Look, you've done this, so you should be filled with shame. But by changing your thoughts, changing what you say to yourself, changing what you believe about yourself, you begin to see you. And I want you to see you, because you know something, you have something that this world needs. You have something that I need. And I want you to see you so you can see me correctly. That's how we build relationships, with taking the time to do what we need for ourselves so that we can attract the people and opportunities that we truly desire from here. Because you do get to go from here. You get to decide, how do you want to see your life from here? At what level do you want to see? Do you want to still be here on the ground because you're allowing the things you've gone through to hold you down and push you down to the ground? Or are you willing to do what you got to do so you can start packing those things under your feet? Getting to a point where you have dealt with things and you've experienced life and you're doing the work and you are working on forgiving the people who caused this trauma to you. But do you know that forgiving yourself is also important, and it's really the hardest thing that you have to do? But the more you do the work to heal the parts of your heart that you have hidden away and tucked away so it can be protected because you've experienced life, the more that you do the work to really be able to see yourself correctly and see your value and see what you bring to this table. Or even if you create your own table, the more that you do that, you'll also begin to understand and accept that I deserve to be forgiven too. I deserve to be forgiven because I made choices based on how much I was hurting because I didn't know any better. And even when I knew better, it was easier for me to choose wrong than to choose right because wrong felt so familiar. Forgive yourself. Your vision is changing. As you are hearing my voice and you are hearing my journey and hearing these words, you're desiring to change your vision so you can feel better, so you can look better to you, that you can experience better, so that you can experience different, so you can make the choices that you were afraid to make, and you can learn to forgive you. Doesn't that sound good? It may sound uncomfortable, but I hope it sounds good to you. All right. So I just wanted to pop in for just a second. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Lynette M. Bradshaw. I'm an author, speaker. I'm a reinvention strategist helping women to heal their heart through writing, because I believe that when a woman heals her heart, that she can reinvent herself and her life on her own terms, and that includes you. So if this message has resonated with you, leave me a comment. Let me know that you were here so I can come back and say hello to you. And I want to tell you that I have a book to be released this coming summer called Dear Me, I See You. It's an anthology. I'm the visionary author, and I have 4 amazing co-authors. And if you're interested in knowing when we begin pre-sales, click on the link in the comments and sign up, and I'll be sure to shoot you an email so you can be aware of what's going on. All right. We had to begin to see ourselves correctly. We're on this journey with you. No matter how far ahead we are than you are, we are still on this journey with you, but you are still in control of your journey. All right. So I hope this message has been helpful to you, has been encouraging to you, because it's time for you to see yourself correctly. And when you begin to do that, then you can also forgive yourself, because you see that you are worthy of that. All right. So until next time, I am Lynette M. Bradshaw. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing this broadcast out. Thank you for commenting, and just thank you for being here, because I see you and I want you to see you too. All right. Mwah. Good night.